going to reroute it, clean it up, and label everything. So my station is offline right now, probably for about a week or so. It's 55.7 degrees here, Fahrenheit, and we're going to be going into town today. I'm going to search. There's a True Hardware down here, believe it or not. Similar, but very different. And I'm going to look for some good 14-gauge wires to build an antenna with. I do have some sad news, unfortunately. My 18-and-a-half-year-old dog, Calypso, she's on my website on QRZ. She passed away 2 Fridays ago on Black Friday. So it was a sad day. And we had to put her down. She was just getting, her rear legs just wouldn't work anymore, and she was in so much pain. But the nice thing about it was that we gave her her last meal of fried chicken, which she ate enthusiastically. Anyway, enough of that. I'm still getting teary-eyed when I think about it. Other than that, things are going well here, and we had a contester group, the Yankee Clipper Club here, and they were running multi-2, which is my first time doing multi-2 here on my station. A few anomalies came up, but other than that, it went well, and I think they placed second in South America on CW, so not bad at all. Other than that, I'm working on my first cup of coffee. Hope it's not too cold up there, guys. And Kevin, when you get a chance, can you just send me a text? I lost your phone number, but it's somewhere in my phone. It's just not under your name. So if you could just send me a text, I'll put your name on it again. Alrighty, this is Hotel Charlie 5, David X-Ray, via Kilowatt Yankee 4, Juliet Lima Sierra's remote, working on the Flex 6400, Specialist 1.3, and we're feeding that into an off-center fed dipole. Over to you, K9GAS, the gas man. Take it away, please.
W3MMR, good morning.
Joe Perry. Good morning, David. Yeah, I was thinking you were awfully strong for Ecuador, but that would have been great. Now you're booming in here from Elizabethtown, as Kevin is, so good morning to you. And sorry about the pet. Well, I'll tell you, that's always sad. That prompted my wife and I not to have any more. We decided that our last 3 that we had to do, we thought, no, I don't want to do that anymore. So we've been petless for a while now, but we're much older, but not much. It's good to hear you. And again, I'm sorry to hear that. And yeah, Kevin, I thought I was laughing when you said just the opposite. Maybe your dyslexia set in. That was funny. And very good morning. You got a great signal here, too. And Frank, if you're still listening, which you're probably not, Kevin's unbalanced, so no phasing for him. And he has that issue, whether he has a 222 liner or not, and it sits in that speech amp. And yeah, Kevin, I got your message. It's really, I think, at this point, if it, the way it's looking, but it'd be nice if you had a real good scope on there. You got a friend or somebody close by that has a nice, reliable scope, but I thought your signal trace should show, but, you're not showing baseline. So that's telling me that you're not hitting high negatives, so it might be the RA, the way it's hooked up or something, but usually it's pretty simple. It's in line with the coax, so yeah, that's a tough one to know without some other measurements done, Kevin. And at that point, if it's in the speech amp, which it would be, yeah, you'd have to, measuring resistance easy. Nothing has to come out. Just take your dBm to them and check the values, and better yet, if you're comfortable with low voltage, it'll hurt. It's like 300 volts, usually about 150 through a lot of the basic collectors of the tubes, but if you got a resistor off and the voltages are imbalanced, that would cause that. But that's the only way to know, is to go through that thing. And even though she's replaced all that, those things go bad like everything else. They can just quit. So it's hard to know without just looking at that stuff. So the only thing the 222 is going to give you comparatively is, the studio level, and you can, voltage is there, but you don't have to. They will work without it in these old things, and so it's doable, and you got a heck of a deal on it. And as I said, if it's not working for you, you'll get your money back out of that thing. I've never seen a racer one listed anywhere as that thing you picked up. And, when you get that on there, and what it will do is control the peak limiting on the low level, so it'll pick that up, and then if you ever get energetic and replace all those 18 resistors and 2 caps, you'll have that bandwidth control, which will help out too. So, it's fun. It's just part of the hobby. Don't let it stress you. You're working fine with it without it. So, when you're experiencing the same issue with just a D104 into it, that tells me where that problem is in that speech amp, unfortunately. Or the REA is measuring wrong. So it's hard to tell without other ways to measure that. So anyway, and Kevin, okay on the kitty cat visiting you? Nice to have a friend. They're always nice. But and the 14-minute file, wow, that's a huge one. I sent you a message, I think you've noticed mine are much smaller now, so I lock it to the application instead of the whole window on my screen, and seems like it does a little better. But anyway, Barry, pick it up. Good morning to you. Pop was in here a few ago, and I think he's down probably in the 37-45 area. I've thought about jumping down there and talking to him, but they're all East Coasters. You know how you guys are. And one is hillbillies in there. I'm just kidding. It's nice to get into some pretty deep subjects there and over my head, so I just tend to listen a little bit. W3MMR, here she comes, K9GAS, and I think it goes back around to ZNI, I believe is and good morning, BJ. Not real strong as you normally are, but I hear you fine. So good morning to you. Go ahead, Barry. K9GAS.
All right, K9GAS, W3MMR. Good morning, Jerry. Good morning, Kevin, David, Kevin, GZQ Kevin, Kentucky Kevin, whatever you want, Wawa Kevin. Good morning, BJ, and good morning everyone else on the frequency here this morning. A little chilly here, 25 degrees, but I'm sure Kevin out there in Wisconsin is probably shaking his head, and you too, Jared. That ain't cold. It's negative 10 here. I'm sure it's a heck of a lot colder out there than it is here this morning. But nevertheless, everybody's sounding great here. I'm gonna get this rotation written down here. All right. Yeah, Kevin, and if you ever want to get rid of that 222, don't think I'm like, hey man, like knocking at your door, pounding it down. But if you ever want to get rid of it, let me know. I'll probably buy it off you. So I've been looking for one for my next project, and that's the only thing I don't have is a peak limiter, and then bandwidth control. And I heard Jerry mentioning something that something would have to be replaced to get the bandwidth control working, which isn't an issue, but that's the only piece of gear that I don't have in my rack. So I've been keeping my eyes out for one, and I would be more than happy to help you out if you ever wanted to get rid of it. And a good scope is always good to have. I have a it's overkill for what we do, but I also use it on the test bench as well when needed. It's a 60 hertz Toshiba. No, it's a Hitachi oscilloscope, a V650F scope. I got it off a friend of mine on Facebook. He bought a whole lot of oscilloscopes, and he was selling them for $1 a megahertz. and plus $30 for shipping. So I got it for $90, and the guy lived in where do you live, in Oregon or Idaho? He lives in Idaho. And ended up getting this really nice scope, worked 100% for $90. Yeah, $1 a megahertz, man. Those things were selling like hotcakes. This was a few years ago. He might actually still have a few, because I mean, he literally bought a whole entire room full of them. He had a few hundred. So if you're interested, I could ask him. Just shoot me a message, and if you're interested, like I said, I can ask and see what he's still got. But you know, all you gotta do is either make up a coupler, or you could. What actually a lot of people do is, you know, get use a piece of 316 or a RG316, and then run it to your coax and wrap it around the coax a bunch of times, and it'll pick up your RF. But I ended up building a couple RF pickups for the back of my amplifier and the back of the DX100 and stuff. But I don't use the scope on this rig on the Anon, because there's really no need to. But I do use it on the boat anchor station there to monitor things. I built a scope and a TR relay into one little case there. So anyway, we'll keep it moving along here. Good morning, everyone. Everyone's sounding great, and we'll just nestle in here for a couple go rounds. Over to you, Kevin. KA2ZNI in Wisconsin from W3MMR.
From the looks of it, and then I'll get that uploaded. 14 minutes, should be about a gig and a half, I would think. So anyway, nice to hear you on this morning, Perry. Pretty good signal in here. So you're about a 5.9, 5/9 this morning. And good morning to BJ, and I think I'm missing somebody else in there, but good morning for anyone else listening. I had to run outside here for a minute, take care of a couple of things. It's trash day. Then I ran into the kitchen and grabbed a cup of coffee, but everybody is coming in here quite nicely. So for that time of the morning, know where the band is going to start shortening up. And move some things here. So, yeah, as Jerry said, Kevin, no swell. I said, you sound good up there, and you're working fine, and you got all the time in the world to work on that thing and get it to where you eventually want it. And you'll get it exactly where you want it to be. And like I said, I think it's always sounding good up here, and no sweat. Just a hobby, you know. Can't get too wound up about it. I know I'm doing the same thing from time to time, and it's like, man, it just ain't worth it. This stuff's supposed to be fun. You know, when it quits being fun and starts being more of a job, then time to walk away from it for a while. So anyway, I'll keep it rolling along here. Nice to hear everyone on this morning. I think this will be my last morning on for 4 or 5 days. Back to work tonight, and I've got plenty of personal time saved up. I might take another night off. I'm starting to get the sniffles. So over to you, Phil. And I got everybody out of order. I apologize. Starting me out if I went Kevin. Like I said, I had to go outside here real quick. I forgot it was trash day, so I had to get stuff piled up and get it down to the curb so that they would pick it up. Christmas coming here. I want to keep everything cleaned out here before. When we get the grandkids over here for Christmas and stuff, man, I'm going to have a pile of stuff to throw out, so I want to keep everything emptied out as best I can. Anyway, over to you, Kevin. KK4GZQ here in the fine group this morning. KA2ZNI.
from WZ5Q.
Hey, hello, Mike. WZ5Q recognized. And Mike, we'll get it over to you here. And I want to check on BJ just for one more transmission and see if he's still there and wants to make another one. WB4YIB, BJ, are you still with us? KK4GZQ in the group.
Kevin, I'm not getting a good copy of nothing. Nobody else knows it's me getting there and messed up the airway, so I'm still listening. If Ben changes around, we'll get back again. KK4GZQ there.
Okay, BJ, real good. And I'll just make a quick over here. Morning to you and Perry, W3MMR, WZ5Q. Mike sounding good. Everybody from everywhere sounding pretty good up here at my location. And BJ, say good morning to Marie for me. And also tell Holly that I wanted to congratulate her on her advancement in her career field in nursing. I understand she just passed another test and she's just on her way. What a bright young lady she is. Anyway, I'm not going to keep it. I understand one thing I got out of everything that I was talking about was that, a good scope is in addition to what I have here would be really important. I've only got a little single trace here. I've got another scope in the back there, and it's a small one, but I don't know if it's dual trace or single. May have to check that out too. That would be a nice something to get in line here to watch everything with. And I'm not counting out the fact that REA may not be calibrated maybe correctly. I know I've got it hooked up right and downloaded the software. I might drop Steve a quick note and just see if he has any ideas on what may be going on, or whether I maybe need to reload the software, or if there's anything I can do on this end. Anyway, I'm not keeping it here, Mike. Mike, I was sending it to HC5DX. That's David in Ecuador. He's via remote out of Elizabethtown, Kentucky. David, sorry to hear about your dog passing, your family dog and member of the family. I know that's tough. Always is on us and my family. And sorry to hear about that. And I did send you a text with my phone number, so make sure you let me know if you got that or not. Here comes to WZ5Q. From there it goes to HC5DX. Morning, Mike. KK4GZQ on the mousetrap.
All right. Mousetrap. I was wondering what you was on there, Kevin. And good morning to you. KK4GZQ in the time group this morning. WZ5Q. Let me say good morning to everybody. And I have not heard David yet. Good morning to you and to also BJ and Kevin. I believe that was KA2ZNI. ZNI I got. Good morning, Kevin. And Perry, W3MMR. I don't believe we've worked before. It's good to hear you in there. And of course, the gas man and Jerry making a stupendous, superb trip to Central Louisiana. And for all of you that don't know me, of course, my name is Mike. And I'm right in the middle of the state of Louisiana, about 40 miles southeast of a big town called Alexandria, here in the swamps. So, I just wanted to jump in here and tell everybody good morning, and just to enjoy these winter conditions. I hear a little bit of static out there, not too bad, but everybody is doing fine so far. Like I said, I haven't heard David. Hopefully he can hear me. So I'll keep this first one short and pass it on around. HC5DX and the group. This is WZ5Q, Mike in Central Louisiana.
Roger. WZ5 Mike, I think it was, in Central Louisiana. I've got a good copy on you, no problema. Hotel Charlie 5, David X-Ray via remote in Elizabethtown, Kentucky. Working off the Flex 6400 and feeding that into an off-center fed dipole. Well, gentlemen, it's 19 or so, 17 minutes after the hour. I'm going to make this my last one. And Kevin, when I go downstairs, I'll check the text. I'm sure I got it.
I just don't have the phone with me up here. So, looks like it's going to be a cloudy morning today. Sun might break through. We did have a volcano erupt yesterday in the Amazon, and the wind was blowing right where the ash from the actual volcano was filtering in through our region. And it was very weird looking. I've never been in this situation before where all around us it looked like rain was coming, but it wasn't. All day long it was just this really thick haze that blanked out the mountains and everything. They had an advisory of if you're going to go outside and do
anything, to wear a mask for the ash that was in the air. And right now it's all cleaned up. The wind blew the other way and blew it back into the Amazon. So that's what happens when you have volcanoes in the area. No hurricanes though, so that's a good thing. Anyway, gentlemen, you take care. You all have a good one. And everyone sounds great today. And thank you for the condolences. This is Hotel Charlie 5, David X-Ray, via remote, sending it to Kilowatt 9 GAS. Gas man, take it away.
Well, hey, Craig, go ahead, since you're mobile, probably on the way to work. Let me get you in there real quick. Go ahead and send it back to me, Craig. K9GAS. Well, I heard you break in, and I didn't hear a word of that one, so... Such as the travels, isn't it? Good morning to you. I guess we'll keep her short and see if anyone else heard you. Good morning to you, Mike. Good to hear you, man. It's been a while, and great signal here. Always that bodacious voice of yours coming up here just quite beautifully. And good morning, 7-3 to you, David. Yeah, that would be interesting. I know when Mount St. Helens erupted, my relatives in California, from southern to north, and they sent pictures and did the same thing and talked about collecting the ash and stuff. I thought that was interesting. Of course, it wouldn't have been too fun to live closer, but we got just a trace south in Oklahoma when the wind was coming that direction. Yeah, that is amazing, I guess, would be when you're that close in the area to see one. That deal there in New Zealand, where that tourist island, man, I'll tell you what, that's a small island. I think it was a whole volcano, so that would not have been a fun place to be. That was quite the eruption. Anyway, okay, let me send it. And Kevin, yeah, I got a little bit of you there too. Several on a recording here, so I've got that rendering now, but it won't be near as big because I'm not doing the whole screen, just the actual window of the program. And some items, if you notice when I do them, they're probably 300 meg at the most. But anyway, it's fun. Kind of gives you a nice reference of what's going on, doesn't it? That's pretty good. And, Kevin, the single trace should be good, but I don't know. Like I said, you never see a line between the envelopes. That's kind of interesting. But, yeah, Steve would be a good one to ask about that. Perry, here she comes, yeah. Over to you. And, again, good morning. And, yes, that's what I told Kevin. I said he doesn't like this thing. He won't have any trouble moving that around. So, they're getting hard to come by anyway. But I think I was tagged on eBay, and I have that set for other stuff that came up. I thought, man, that is it's the nicest one I've ever seen. So I'm glad that he got that, but he'll have fun. He'll get that working, and I know you will, Kevin. Persistence with that. There's that frog hanging over that throat. W3MMR. I guess you probably heard Craig, I hope, a little better. That's K9GAS area up in Greenwood.
K9GAS W3MMR. Yeah, I heard you, Craig. But my dumb behind was wasn't thinking I would be able to hear you at the house, and so I switched over to WebSDR real quick, and I'm making my recordings and trying to switch the audio from virtual audio cable, which I record a non-audio, take the non-audio from the software to the recording program with, and I was trying to switch it over from my browser audio, and you didn't and you were coming in fine here locally, and I kind of got caught in between there because you didn't make a long transmission, but I was able to hear you. Nevertheless, good morning to you, Craig. While you're on your way to the salt mine, hope you have a great day, buddy. Stay safe. Literally in the mine. And hope you have a great day, Craig. It's always a pleasure to hear you. And yeah, Kevin, you can always obviously check out my YouTube channel for recordings of you. There's plenty of them. There's a lot of recordings of you on there. As you know, I record these Arcusos here pretty much every single morning. Every morning that I'm on here, there's a 99.9% chance that I'm recording. So you can always just go back to the previous videos there, Kevin, including this morning, and go check out what you sound like. So and in my opinion, I think you sound fine. I think you sound great. The one thing I found out with D104s in my short time in radio, and the 10 or so 15 years I've been in the radio, every D104 sounds different. It took me 9 D104s and I think I told you this, Kevin, it took me 9 of them to find a good sounding one that matched with my voice, that was clean and clear, and had the low frequency response and the high frequency response that I was looking for to go with my DX100. I bought 9 of them. I had 3, and they weren't working out for me, so I just kept buying and buying. I was buying individual heads. I was buying, full microphones. And I finally found one. It was actually the 9th one that I bought. Ended up being the one that that worked the best, and it ended up being the element was the what sounded great, but the actual head was all beat up and everything, and it was in a Night Eagle. It was a Night Eagle head. So I ended up taking the element out of it and putting it in a really nice, clean chrome head and everything, and pieced together a nice G-stand, unamplified D104, and pieced it all together there. So I don't know how many different D104s you've tried, but that's always something that you could try out. And I know those REA monitors are usually pretty accurate. I've never owned one. I know a lot of people that have them, so I honestly, I couldn't speak on what you got to do to set them up. I know you got to use a coupler, and if there's any variables that could cause misreadings or anything like that, that'd probably be something you'd have to ask Steve QIX, because I'm sure that he would be more than helpful, or more than willing to help you out there. But like we were saying earlier, get yourself a good scope, and you can always, compare one to the other. But I know those REA monitors are usually pretty much dead on, so. But I think you and Jerry were figuring out, saying there was something going on in the speech amp there. But nevertheless, Kevin, you sound great. 7-3 to you, David, down there in the land of the volcanoes. Yeah, I've never seen a volcano. When I was in the military, I wasn't in the West Pac. I was here in the East Pac of the Atlantic Ocean, and in Europe. And a lot of my friends who were stationed over in the Pacific got to see, all the volcanic islands, obviously, in Hawaii, and around Australia, Tahiti, in the archipelago, out that way. But not so much here on the Atlantic Ocean. There's not too many volcanoes over here. So that must have been a well, I guess the first time that you've seen it, it must have been eye-opening to see something like that. But I guess you've been down there for quite some time, so I guess it's pretty much second nature for you, and especially everybody who's lived there for all their lives. It's just another day in quote-unquote paradise down there. So 7-3 to you, David. Hope you have a great day, and hopefully we'll hear you again soon. It's great hearing you. The remote sounds fantastic. And yeah, it was such a shame about those people in New Zealand, Jerry. getting trapped on that island. I couldn't imagine, you know, being there and you know, literally not having anywhere to go. I remember I saw a video of, you know, people were filming, I guess, from a boat, and people were waiting on the dock trying to get off. You know, I just hope those people got off, because they were saying anybody who was on the island didn't survive. So I was hoping, you know, that those people survived, and, you know, anybody else, I guess it was the people that were closer, you know, to the actual volcano itself, to the mouth of the volcano, were the ones that were, you know, unfortunately perished in the eruption there. But any way you look at it, it's still a crying shame, and my prayers go out to their families. All right, that's all I got for this round. Over to you, Kevin. KA2ZNI, sounding good over this way too, buddy. You're about 10 to 15 over S9. KA2ZNI in the group, W3MMR.
KN4HH.
Okay, we got a couple of breakers in there with here. Joe, good morning, Jay. KK5IM. We'll get you in there here right directly. And very good, Perry. Thanks. I'm good about 10 to 15 over. So, good signals from the east coast. Real nice for them. I guess. Probably hear that in the audio. But anyway, so very good. Yeah, I was watching some of the footage on this the volcano. Boy, I just, you know, I mean, it's bad to see this time of the year, but, you know, any time of the year for something like that. So we really got to feel for them people over there, and not sure how many we've lost over there so far. You know, I'm sure that as a kind of final count, the numbers will unfortunately go up. But I was actually going to get on the computer this morning and see how that was progressing over there, and well, just terrible. And yeah, everybody else just coming in real nicely. I won't hold it here. I'll keep it going so that everybody gets a chance. I'll say good morning to Craig out there. Good to hear Craig in the mobile. Heard every word out there. So good morning to you, Craig, if you're still listening. You might be destinated by now. We'll say 73s to you. And I'm going to go ahead and make this my last one. It's getting to be that time where my lovely wife has awoken. We're going to get around here and get some breakfast, and I might be back in for the morning lunch here on 3880. So for that, we'll say 73. Excuse me. And nice to hear everyone on this morning. It'll be my last day on until next Tuesday morning when I have my next time out there from work. So over to you, Jay. And then I think from there, Jay, it goes to Kevin, GZQ. But I also heard another breaker underneath you that was really low, so might listen out for him as well. KK5, I'm the safest. Good morning, guys. KA2ZNI, gonna listen out. 7-3.
KN4HH.
Okay, got you, Bob. KN4. Okay, Kevin, pretty good. KK5IM. Hearing you pretty good on RF, Kevin. I think that was AJ1 for Chris. On the remote HDR. So, everybody, 28 degrees. And it's clear sky and still that big huge full moon. Isn't it? Well, I don't want to go in. I know what you told us where some of the wrestling but still at all, considering it was 85 degrees on Monday. Get a feeling for who all is in here.
been out here for quite a while for the project. None of what's original lately. But got 2 cups of coffee, so at least I know where to go on. Bob, we'll turn it to you. And you pick up John from K4GZQ. And John, you need to just get it back to Kevin and we'll see where it goes. KN4HH, very loud this morning, KK5IM.
Thank you, Jay. KK5IM in the group, KN4HH. Beautiful signal, Jay. 30 over 9, just great signal. Our usual Dixie Cup and a string pipeline this morning. And of course, John, golly, when you broke in, you're a little bit high in frequency, John, so my synchronous AM detector had to go look for you. But big signal this morning, John. So I'm glad I'm hearing you, because that means if Joe and Art come in, I'll be able to hear them. Good morning to you, Perry. Beautiful signal, gorgeous audio this morning. Just really sound good this morning. And Kevin, K2ZNI, good morning to you, Kevin. Always a pleasure to hear you. Hope you have a good day today, and everything works out, and we'll look for you on your next day off. That'd be great. Okay, we're below freezing this morning. We're 30 degrees, and the high is only going to be 54, but we'll take it. But right now, it's just below freezing here. So, of course, that's no news to you, Perry. I'm sure you guys probably got snow up there by now. Okay, John, here she comes. K4GZX, KN4HH. Good morning.
KN4HH. And the rest of this group, some I can't hear, some I barely can. But I want to say good morning to my buddy BJ. I hope you had a lot of success in the shop yesterday. WZ5 got me on it. So, anyway, everybody's, I don't know, you got some kind of cold temperatures, 49 degrees here in Pensacola. But, anyhow, I'll pass on over to Kevin and we'll keep it going here. KK4GZQ, K4GZS. GZS.
And who is the braking station? Was there a braking station out there?
KK4GZQ in the group.
And good morning, John. K4VZS in the group, KK5IM, KK4GZQ, and good morning, KK5IM. Sorry, Jay. Didn't mean to use your call here. Anyway, and good morning to you, Bob. Also, good morning to Craig, KB3RHR Mobile, and WZ5Q that I'm going to turn it to here in just in a second, Mike. So get your hand ready to squeeze the trigger there. And good to hear everybody. David from Ecuador this morning. Best 73 to David and Perry. And let's see. Okay, and Perry said check out the YouTube channel. Okay, I'm aware of that, and I appreciate that, Perry. And Perry asked me about how many D104 heads that I went through. I've had about 10 of them I went through. And I've got I've got about 4 of them here that I've got laid out in front of me here that I can try at any time. But this one seems to be about right for it. Anyway, enough of that. Let me get it on over to, and good morning again, Jay, you and Bob. Very copyable here. And I'll get it over to WZ5Q so he can send it up Jerry's way, K9GAS. WZ5Q is a Bayou country, KK4GZQ in the group.
All right, well, thank you, little Joe. We're making a good trip here in central Louisiana, down here in the swamps. A little part of the Atchafalaya Basin. And, making a good trip. I'm pretty much copied to everybody except I did not copy Trey. Oh, I had to use that shot. Yeah, the KK4GZQ in the group, WZ5Q.
did not have a peep. I didn't hear a peep out of Craig in his mobile here in Louisiana, unfortunately. And I say good morning to Bob. Okay, so you got a real good signal here in Louisiana. And BZS, got a real good one as well. 73. There we go. Something new. Alright, well, let's see what happens there. Wait. Yeah, a little off. Let's see if that'll survive. 73 to David, and also to ZNI Kevin. And good morning to Joey from Texas. Very good. As always, got a good copy on me there, Mark. Alright, let's see, I'm on the home. What's over there? We got some antenna problems. I got I'm on the Humble 809. There's something happening here. I have to watch the meterage here while I'm talking. Oh, I see. There's a match problem. 809, which is being, it's an 809 triode, which is being plate regulated by a pair of screen-driven triode-connected 6AV5s, and that signal's being amplified to legal limit through a homebrew linked up antenna, also Vulcan wire line to 160-meter doublet up about 50 feet. And you listen to all of y'all on a Polycrafters R274 military receiver. And my favorite receiver for AM. It's like 4 of those things, believe it or not. I sure do like it. I'm bad about that. I collect things, and I have to have spares for stuff that I like. Oh, looks like I got something screwy with the match. What's up with that? I'm gonna have to go inspect the antenna characters on the off-upper tuner kind of whacked out. Maybe something happened to my aerial there. Have to figure it out. Jerry, oh man, you're just sounding beautiful down here. I've got you full quiet. You have the strongest signal. And when you key up, just completely quiet everything out. Sounded terrific. It sounded great coming out of that big speaker. You sure did. So I appreciate the compliments for you, for my station as well. It sure is nice to listen to that monster you got over there. Okay, well, I believe that's going to be it for me this morning. I've got a doctor's appointment I got to get to town for. So by the time it comes back around, I'll probably be itching to get. So I'm going to listen all the way out. I'll be listening for about another 30 minutes or so. But everybody, like I said, is sounding great. Q5 all the way around, except for Craig in his moment. So let's see. I don't believe I forgot anybody. Nope. I'm looking at my list here, so trying to see what's going on with this match here. It's closing now, not dropping. Okey-dokey. Well, alrighty then. Okay, here comes Jerry. K9GAS and the fine group this morning. Thanks for bearing with me. This is WZ5Q, Mike in Central Louisiana.
Hey, Jerry, give me Mike just a second. Yeah, go right ahead, Jay. Yeah, go ahead. maybe Jay's not hearing me, Kevin. Tell him it's okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, he said to go ahead there. Maybe you don't hear me. Oh.
I can give it my try. Jay, you still there?
He might have had a crack.
Well, here, let me go ahead and see if I have it again. Hang on. Let's see if I can make sure I'm the Dublin. Okay. Well, I hope I didn't have issues. That's terrible, but I know he'll get that, and I'll keep this real short, because I'm going to get out of here. Take a nap before I head back out again. And Mike, good morning to you. Good to hear you. Like I said, it's been too long. Don't be such a stranger, but yeah, signals are dropping to me here now. It's down quite considerably, which is about normal. It's almost 6:45 Eastern time, so yeah, that's about right. So anyway, but good morning, Bob, and good morning, John and Jay. But yeah, I've got to head over western Indiana. Leave here about 11, but I'm thinking that a little nap wouldn't be such a bad idea this morning. So I think I'll just take a little shut-eye here for a little bit. Anyway, it always feels good. I don't want to hate driving sleepy. Then I eat chips or something to stay awake, and I just get excited that way. Well, let's see here. Did Perry sign? But I think he may have, according to what Kevin commented. I missed that. But Perry, if you're there, take it. If not, I think it goes to you, Jay, anyway, because Kevin's K9 signed. So let's see, and David's gone. So I'm thinking it would have been Perry. So anyway, so I think with those gone, I think it goes back to Jay anyway. If he's not there, then go ahead and I guess back to Bob. So, but I'll say my 7-3s, and good morning, one and all. This is K9GAS Jerry up in the surplus area. We're about 24 degrees. I think we're supposed to hit 40 today. So back in those temps and then back in the 30s next week. So good morning, all.
All right, Jerry, 7-3. K9GAS, W3MMR. Let me see if Jay's in there and wants to pick it up with Mike before he leaves. KK5IM, are you back yet? W3MMR? Alright, yeah, nothing heard there. Alright, I'm going to make it long because I'm going to sign too. Good morning to you, Mike, WZ5Q. This is W3MMR. Name here is Perry, Papa Echo Romeo, Romeo Yankee. And you know my father, W2SDR, Frank, formerly W3JBT. Just want to say hi. Good morning to you. I just want to thank you for your website. With all the audio information and gear information, and it's definitely come in handy over the years. And I don't think I've never had a chance to talk to you on the air, and I just wanted to thank you for that, Mike. It's been a wealth of information for myself, and I've shared it with a lot of folks, and they've found it very helpful as well. So thank you to that. 7-3 to you, sounding great up this way into southeastern Pennsylvania this morning. Into Chester, Pennsylvania, 7 miles southwest of Philadelphia. And like I said, I'm going to sign out here, guys. It's been great, as always, here in the morning. I'm going to go scan the interwebs here before we got to start getting ready for work in about 15 minutes. And get a bite to eat, sip on the cup of bean here, get a fresh one, and then head off to the salt mine here this morning. Down to 23 degrees at the moment, and I think it's only going up to about 34 to 35 here today. So it's going to be a little bit on the chilly side, but it is that time of year. 'Tis the season, and winter is fast approaching. So 7-3, guys. Have a great day. Good morning to you, Bob. Sorry, I didn't forget about you. KN4HH. Good morning to you, and good morning to K4BZS as well. I don't know if that was a V or a B, but either or, good morning to you. And we'll say 7-3, guys. You guys have a great day, and we'll talk to you guys again tomorrow morning. Over to you, Jay, and if Jay's not in there, go ahead and pick it up. I think that goes to you, Bob. So KK5IM, hoping you're back from W3MMR. 7-3, guys.
thought you aren't. Let me check for G one more time. KK5IM, you there, Jay? KN4HH.